As we stand on the precipice of another thrilling Chicago Bears season, the stakes couldn't be higher for this storied franchise. The echoes of past playoff heartbreak linger in the air, those gut-wrenching moments that define our team's legacy, and the fervent hopes for redemption that dance just beyond our reach. What if this year is the year? What if we finally break free from the chains of history and reclaim our place among the NFL's elite? In the heart of Bears Nation, we're always ready to dissect every twist and turn that could lead us there. But the reality of the sport means that every glory tale has its share of dark nights, and right now, there are some shadows looming over our beloved team that could impact our chances dramatically. Now, with the opener against the Vikings just around the corner, we've got breaking news about vital pieces of our defense. Thoughts are racing as we contemplate the implications of their potential absence. This isn't just about individual players. This is about the entire fabric of our defense and what it means for our quest for victory. The clock is ticking, and each adjustment in our lineup could be the difference between triumph and heartbreak. This is Bears News Fan Report, your go-to channel for all the latest, most urgent updates about our beloved Chicago Bears. In the heat of this football frenzy, you won't want to miss a beat, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and join us daily as we dive deep into all things Bears. Now, with that in mind, let's talk about the specific situation we're facing. Reports have emerged that linebacker T.J. Edwards has been listed as doubtful for Monday Night Football against the Vikings. That's right. This isn't just another routine injury report. This is a significant development for our defense. Edwards, being one of the key players in our linebacker core, brings not only skill, but crucial experience to the field. When you consider the fact that he's likely out, a lot of questions start to bubble up. What does this mean for guys like Ruben Hippoly and Noah Sue? Can they step up when it matters most? Both players now find themselves in a position to significantly impact the game. Sure, they have physical tools, but can either of them withstand the pressure that comes with facing a Minnesota offense that's more than capable of exploiting any weaknesses? It's a tough ask, particularly for Hippoly, who's relatively untested on a big stage like this. If he has to fill Edwards' shoes, the stakes couldn't be higher. And what about Jalen Johnson? The cornerback is also listed as questionable. His presence on the field would be monumental, particularly with the dynamic Justin Jefferson ready to take advantage of any edge. Johnson's experience and skill set could mean the difference between an average defensive outing and one where we actually stand a chance against the Vikings' aerial attack. But can he truly contribute as he returns from injury? Questions loom about his conditioning and whether he'll be ready to face the likes of Jefferson or if he'll have to bow out for a few crucial snaps. Meanwhile, there's the potential ripple effect from these injury reports. The absence of key players can shift the entire defensive scheme. With Edwards likely on the sidelines, do we see Tamin Edmonds shift into a more prominent role, or will the Bears opt for a more unconventional strategy? The chess match that is NFL strategizing could go in several directions. But one thing is certain: a reshuffled defensive unit against a formidable opponent can spell disaster if things don't go according to plan. So why does this matter? Because every week counts in the NFL, especially in a division as competitive as the NFC North. Every play, every tackle, every snap could shape the identity of this team going forward. With these injuries, the Bears find themselves at a critical juncture, and decisions made now will have long-lasting effects, factors that could haunt us during the playoffs, or ideally propel us forward. Now we're left to wonder, what if both Edwards and Johnson sit out? Can the Bears' secondary manage against a talented passing game? Can we still pressure the Vikings' quarterback without our middle linebacker leading the charge? And if we survive this challenge, what will the fallout be in the weeks that follow? As Bears fans, we know the pain of uncertainty all too well. Yet here we are, caught in the drama, ready for kickoff. This game could change everything, or it could be another chapter in a frustrating tale. Stay tuned, because we will keep you updated on the latest injury news as we count down to game day. We'll have all the live coverage, analysis, and breakdowns you can handle. What's clear is that this isn't just football. This is the embodiment of Bears spirit, the thrill of the game, the hopes of a franchise. The next few days will shape our path forward, and the excitement and anticipation are palpable. Together, let's embrace the journey and find out just how our beloved team responds to these challenges. We'll see you at the game. Bear down, Bears fans. The air is thick with anticipation and unease. And if you haven't felt it yet, you need to tune in now more than ever. The whispers from Hollis Hall are swirling into a storm, and as we approach the clash against the Vikings, the stakes have never been higher. We could be on the brink of a turning point, and trust me, this is a moment you don't want to miss. So hit that subscribe button and gear up, because the fallout from these injuries could reshape not just our season, but our entire franchise's future. It's hard to shake the feeling that the shadow of T.J. Edwards' potential absence is not just a ripple, but a wave crashing against the shores of Bears Nation. Without our stalwart linebacker, how do we hold the line against a determined Vikings squad hungry to exploit any chink in our armor? Think about it. If Edwards can't go, will the locker room feel the weight of that emotional blow? The camaraderie that fuels a strong defense could waver, with younger players like Ruben Hippoly and Noah Sue stepping into the spotlight. And what pressure it is. Navigating the chaos of a Monday Night Football opener is daunting enough, but add in the echoes of our storied past, images of legends like Dick Butkus and Brian Urlacher haunting our very bones, and the urgency heightens even more. If the pressure creates fractures within the team, could we face a lingering crisis that our division rivals, the Packers or Lions, would just love to capitalize on? The thought can't help but send a shiver down the spine of any true Bears fan. Meanwhile, the injury report on Jalen Johnson looms large, another key player who may not be ready for the monumental showdown against a prolific receiver like Justin Jefferson. This isn't just about a missed game. If Johnson's not at full capacity, can we effectively defend against the Vikings' aerial strikes? The last thing we want is to see history repeat itself, where missed tackles and blown coverages lead to agonizing defeat. Picture the icy lakefront wind biting through Soldier Field as the crowd roars, full of hope, yet tinged with doubt. A single misstep, a lack of communication or confidence, might cost us not just this game, but the vital early momentum of the season. And who knows about coaches fiddling with the playbook in response? How far is the coaching staff willing to gamble on a reshuffled defense? As we rehearse the familiar rhythms of game day, the crunch of cleats on fresh turf, the smell of hot dogs sizzling at tailgates, and the electric pulse of adrenaline surging through the stands, we remember that every play is a contract with destiny. If both Edwards and Johnson are out, could we resort to a panic-induced trade just to plug the gaps? Would we take a chance at radically shifting our schemes, or worse, compromise the team's credibility by reaching for a temporary solution? The haunting specters of 2006 and 2010 fill our minds, those seasons when the Bears soared only to abstain from their true potential. No one wants to experience that heartache again, not with the memories of our playoff struggles fresh in our minds. It's as if we're standing on a precipice, staring down into the abyss, knowing that any ill-timed decision could either motor us toward a glorious future or plunge us into the depths of despair. Here's where it could get wild. If the Bears manage to maneuver through this dilemma and still find a way to tie it all together against Minnesota, can we then turn around and use this momentum to leverage a trade? Yes, fans, I'm talking about bold moves that could shake the foundation of our roster, but potentially set us up for playoff glory. The clock is ticking. The decisions made in the coming days could haunt us or herald a resurgence. And here, We are thirsty for change as the next chapter in this saga inches closer. Will we throw caution to the wind, push the boundaries, and redefine what it means to be a Chicago Bear? I know I'm not the only one holding my breath, waiting to see how our team responds to these unprecedented challenges, not only for ourselves, but for the legacy we carry. Dare I ask you, fellow fans, would you pull the trigger if it meant defining our destiny for the next decade? The adrenaline, the passion, the uncertainty. It's all part of what makes this journey exhilarating and painful at once. Bear down!